Let's face it, we all spend a tremendous amount of energy seeking validation from others. We crave that external approval, that reassuring pat on the back. It's a constant undercurrent in our lives, influencing our decisions, shaping our behavior, and often holding us back from reaching our full potential. But what if I told you that this obsession with external validation is entirely unnecessary? Think of the freedom of breaking free from the shackles of other people's opinions. Imagine living a life where your actions are guided by your own inner compass, not the ever-shifting winds of social approval. This isn't about arrogance or indifference, it's about cultivating a deep sense of self-worth that liberates you to live authentically. The key lies in understanding the power of your mind. It's a meaning-making machine, constantly bombarding you with interpretations of the world around you based on your past experiences, beliefs, and expectations. These interpretations then shape your emotional responses and ultimately your actions. The problem is, these interpretations are often skewed by your need for approval. You might perceive a neutral glance as disapproval or a constructive criticism as a personal attack. This distorted perception leads to feelings of insecurity, anxiety, and a crippling fear of failure. The good news is, you have the power to rewrite the script. By understanding how your mind works, you can consciously choose how to interpret your experiences. Instead of automatically falling prey to negativity bias, you can cultivate a more objective and empowering perspective. Here's the first step. Become aware of your inner critic, that nagging voice in your head that whispers doubts and insecurities. Acknowledge its presence, but don't identify with it. See it as a conditioned pattern, a habit of thinking that no longer serves you. Next, start questioning your interpretations. Is that a disapproving look or simply someone lost in thought? Is that criticism a personal attack or an opportunity for improvement? By actively challenging your assumptions, you begin to loosen the grip of negativity bias. Now let's talk about building self-worth. True self-worth isn't contingent on external validation. It comes from a deep inner knowing of your value, your unique gifts, and your inherent right to exist and express yourself authentically. Cultivating self-worth requires consistent effort. Here are some practices to get you started. Gratitude practice. Take time each day to appreciate the good things in your life, both big and small. Focus on what you have, not what you lack. Gratitude fosters a sense of abundance and contentment, making you less reliant on external validation. Strengths identification. Make a list of your strengths, talents, and positive qualities. Remind yourself of what makes you special and valuable. Focusing on your strengths builds confidence and reinforces your sense of self-worth. Self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Everyone makes mistakes. That doesn't make you a failure. Learn from your mistakes, forgive yourself, and move on. Self-compassion creates a safe space for you to grow and evolve. As you cultivate self-worth, the need for external validation diminishes. You begin to trust your own judgment and feel empowered to make choices that are aligned with your values and goals. This doesn't mean you become isolated or indifferent to others. It simply means your sense of self is no longer tethered to the whims of others' opinions. This newfound freedom allows you to embrace experimentation and take risks. You're no longer afraid to fail because your self-worth isn't dependent on external validation. You're free to explore new avenues, express yourself authentically, and live life on your own terms. Think this is a journey, not a destination. There will be times when you slip back into old patterns of seeking approval, but with consistent effort and self-awareness, you'll cultivate an unshakable sense of self-worth, allowing you to truly act like you don't care what others think, because you'll know deep down that your value is inherent and undeniable. But what if I told you that your journey to self-discovery extends beyond simply ignoring external validation, harnessing the power of your mind to actively create the life you desire? This isn't about wishful thinking, it's about leveraging the science of neuroplasticity. Your brain, contrary to popular belief, is not a rigid, unchanging organ. It's a dynamic system constantly adapting and rewiring itself based on your experiences and thoughts. This means you have the power to literally retrain your brain to respond differently to external stimuli. Let's say you encounter a situation that would typically trigger your need for approval. Perhaps it's a presentation at work, a social gathering, or even a casual conversation with someone you admire. Instead of the usual anxiety and self-doubt, Visualize yourself approaching the situation with a sense of calm confidence. You've already established a foundation of self-worth, unshakable by external validation. Now it's about harnessing the power of your mind to project this confidence outward. Here's where techniques like meditation and visualization come into play. Imagine yourself delivering a captivating presentation, engaging in a stimulating conversation, or effortlessly navigating a social gathering. Focus on the emotions you want to experience: calmness, self-assurance, and a sense of inner strength. The more vivid and detailed your visualization, the more effectively you'll prime your brain for the desired response, but visualization alone isn't enough. It's about creating a feedback loop between your mind and your body. Combine visualization with physical postures that exude confidence. Stand tall, make eye contact, and use open body language. This not only projects confidence outwardly, but also sends signals to your brain, reinforcing the feeling of self-assuredness. Now the rubber meets the road. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Start small, strike up conversations with strangers, express your opinions in group settings, or take on a new challenge that excites you. The key is consistent action, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. With each action, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with confidence and self-worth. Think of it like carving a new path through a forest. The more you walk that path, the easier it becomes, and the more likely you are to choose it over the old, overgrown trails of insecurity. There will be setbacks, moments of self-doubt, and situations where external validation might seem tempting. That's okay. It's part of the process. The important thing is to learn from these experiences and recommit to your journey. Think. Your brain is constantly learning and adapting. Even negative experiences can be reframed as opportunities for growth. Analyze what triggered your need for validation and use it as a stepping stone to strengthen your inner resilience. This journey of self-discovery isn't just about individual transformation. It has the potential to ripple outwards, positively impacting those around you. When you become less dependent on external validation, you naturally become a source of encouragement for others. You radiate a sense of self-assuredness that inspires those around you to bring their own authenticity. A community where individuals are empowered by self-worth and driven by intrinsic motivation. This is the potential of a world where we break free from the shackles of external validation. It's a world where collaboration thrives, not out of a need for approval, but from a genuine desire to contribute and uplift one another. This journey requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to rewrite the narrative of your life. It's about shedding the masks we wear to please others and embracing the person we truly are. It's about harnessing the power of your mind to create a reality that reflects your deepest desires and values. So take a deep breath, silence the doubts, and embark on this exhilarating adventure. Become the architect of your own life, crafting a narrative fueled by self-worth and propelled by the power of your unique voice. The world awaits your authentic expression, a testament to the transformative power of breaking free from the shackles of external validation. Remember, you are enough, exactly as you are. Now go forth and create a life that reflects that truth. The path to self-discovery isn't a linear one. It's a dynamic dance between action and reflection, challenge and growth. There will be moments of exhilarating progress, followed by inevitable stumbles. But with each iteration, you refine your approach, strengthening your inner compass and solidifying your sense of self. Here's the key. View setbacks as data points, not roadblocks. Analyze what triggered your need for external validation. Was it a specific situation, a critical comment, or simply a fleeting moment of insecurity? By understanding the root cause, you can address it directly. Perhaps you discover a core belief about needing to please others. Challenge this belief. Ask yourself, is this truly serving me? Am I living a life that aligns with my own values, or am I constantly bending to the expectations of others? Deconstructing limiting beliefs and replacing them with empowering ones becomes a cornerstone of your journey. Furthermore, this introspective process allows you to identify areas for personal growth. Maybe you realize you haven't honed a specific skill you need to feel confident in a certain situation. Perhaps you discover a blind spot in your communication style that might be hindering your message. Embrace these insights as opportunities for self-improvement. The beauty of this journey lies in its continuous evolution. As you shed the need for external validation, your perception of the world around you shifts. You become less susceptible to manipulation and negativity and more attuned to genuine connections. You gravitate towards individuals who appreciate your authenticity, fostering relationships built on mutual respect and shared growth. This shift in perspective also empowers you to become a catalyst for positive change in the lives of others. When you radiate self-assuredness without seeking approval, you inspire others to do the same. You become a living example of the transformative power of self-discovery, encouraging those around you to explore their own unique paths. Ultimately, this journey culminates in a profound sense of agency. You are no longer a passive observer in the game of life, but an active participant, shaping your reality with intention and purpose. You leverage the power of your mind to rewrite your narrative, one thought, one action, one experience at a time. This is the true liberation that awaits you on the other side of external validation. It's not about indifference, it's about harnessing your inner strength to create a life that resonates with your deepest desires. It's about becoming the architect of your own destiny, wielding the power of your mind to manifest a reality that reflects your authentic self. So take that first step, challenge a limiting belief, hone a new skill, or simply engage in a self-reflective dialogue. Each action, however small, propels you forward on this transformative journey. The world needs your unique voice, your unfiltered perspective, and the power of your authentic self. It's time to break free from the shackles of external validation and claim your rightful place in the grand narrative of existence.